Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Tech Tuesday.
The question that we are posing today is Blu-ray dying already?
God, I hope so.
I mean, it's been less than 10 years since Blu-ray discs even hit the market, but in those years since Blu-ray launched, streaming video has gone from shitty, low-res flash videos to what we have now with services like Netflix and Hulu.
But I still hate Sony proprietary software and hardware, so fuck you. Still, the video and sound quality you get on a Blu-ray player is better than the quality of streaming video you get on a typical American broadband connection. Not to mention you get to own whatever movie or show you bought forever and don't need an internet connection and a monthly subscription to a service. But it's like if you own DVDs now that you bought 15 years ago, you don't want to watch a DVD, you want to watch a Blu-ray. So it's evolution.
I got some Seinfeld DVDs that I pop in from time to time.
Whatever.
Anyway, it looks like having the option to buy something on Blu-ray or DVD may be on its way out based on a recent decision by Fox to stop releasing seasons of The Simpsons on physical media.
Well, also, people were probably not buying them
because the show sucks now. We're not going to talk about that aspect of the story.
Yeah, going forward, Simpsons fans will have to watch on either FX Now or Simpsons World, both of which require a cable subscription or by buying the episodes from iTunes or Google Play.
Which is fine, I guess. We recently talked about how digital music, through either streaming or digital purchases, has eclipsed CD sales for the first time ever, and it makes sense that the same trend would be happening in the world of video.
Yep. But this does totally suck for those diehard Simpsons fans out there who, unlike us, didn't stop watching the show when it started to suck and have been collecting every season on disc. The collections will never be complete for them.
Yeah, which will be especially annoying for Simpsons fans with hardcore OCD because for some reason, they've released seasons 1 through 17 on disc and season 20 on disc, but not seasons 18 and 19.
Whatever. Anyway, Simpsons showrunner Al Jean tweeted, "I personally am very sorry to see DVDs discontinued. We did them purely for the love of hearing ourselves talk."
And an unnamed source that The Hollywood Reporter talked to said, "There's so much happening in the digital space, it made more sense to focus on that."
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see which big series decides to go all digital next. The Simpsons is a very special case because it's been on for so damn long all over the world. There isn't really anything that compares to it except for maybe South Park, which also seems to have embraced digital pretty enthusiastically by having every season of the show available on Hulu Plus, and before that they had SouthParkStudios.com.
Right.
They were kind of spearheading that whole thing.
I've never needed to own a South Park DVD.
Nope.
But hey, speaking of online streaming, Netflix is available in a handful of countries worldwide, but because of different distribution deals in different countries, the libraries can be pretty wildly different from one to the other.
Yeah, and if you don't live in one of the countries with Netflix, you're just kind of fucked. Unless you use a VPN or a virtual private network, which basically reroutes your internet connection through a server to trick a website into thinking that you're connecting from a country that you're not actually in.
Yeah, so for years, people without access to Netflix or people wanting to access another country's Netflix have used VPNs to get around the location restrictions without any trouble. But Netflix's latest update to its terms of service includes a clause that specifically addresses all your VPN trickery, you little thief.
Jerks. It reads, "The content that may be available to watch will vary by geographic location. Netflix will use technologies to verify your geographic location and warns users that they may terminate or restrict your use of our service if you get caught using a VPN or are suspected of doing so." Take that.
So we know a lot of you guys watching this aren't in the United States. Have you ever used one of these VPNs to access Netflix or Hulu or any other video site in the US? I don't have that much experience with it because here in America we get everything we want.
That's not true. The Netflix over in Europe was getting Better Call Saul immediately after it aired.
That's right.
And they have another deal with AMC like that. I think it might be for Walking Dead.
I stand corrected.
So take that.
Greatest nation
But we
in
do
the
have a
world.
lot of
Nope.
good stuff. Who knows? But let's switch gears from ways we consume content to ways that we create content. Here at ETC, we use the Adobe suite for all of our video editing and thumbnail needs, and last week Adobe announced a bunch of new updates for its Creative Cloud apps.
So in Premiere, there's now a really powerful color correction tool and workspace built right in. That's basically Adobe Lightroom right in Premiere, and it comes with a bunch of cool presets for those of us who suck at color correction and just want the simplicity of Instagram to make our footage look better.
Yeah.
Now you can do that with your Premiere videos.
It's like Magic Bullet. This is way deep for anyone who doesn't edit at all.
The kids all want to be on the YouTube.
Yeah.
They want to edit.
There's also a new video transition called Morph Cut that tries to cover up jump cuts by interpolating the frames around where the cut happens. So if you're jump cutting all over the place like a lot of YouTubers do, it'll try to morph it to make you not look like you're doing that.
Yeah.
But it'll probably look weird.
Yeah, they had an example video of it, and it's like, I guess if you were looking at it, you could kind of tell, like, if you knew where it was happening.
Well, it's like I hate when people do the videos that kind of make it a steady cam, but you can see clearly that the video is morphing. It's
oh yeah, that shit's annoying.
Anyways, it doesn't work perfectly, but the fact that something like this exists is pretty magical, and they'll probably make it better as time goes on.
Yeah.
So.
After Effects now has a pretty insane face tracking tool that tracks all the faces in your footage automatically. I'm not entirely sure what this would be useful for, but the example they use in their promo video is like putting a Mardi Gras mask on some like Napoleon-looking dude.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess you can add mustaches to everyone in your videos pretty easily if you like forgot to put mustaches on them in real life.
I would assume that this is for filming in a location where you can't get everyone to sign a waiver and you have to blur
Put a new face on it?
No, you just blur out the faces.
Well, it's good. They've had something like that, I think, for a while. This like actually it tracks where the eyes and mouth are. Like it automatically puts motion points on there, so you could like put a dick in every character's mouth just after the fact.
There you go.
I'm gonna do
That's
that.
definitely what they invented it for.
Yeah.
Anyways, probably the coolest new feature that Adobe announced was Adobe Character Animator, an app that lets you create animations just based off your own speech and movements captured through a webcam.
This is pretty nuts. So it tracks your eyes and mouth, and also like your head's location relative to the camera, and it instantly mimics your movements onto an animated character. Now, done manually, this kind of thing takes hours. It's super tedious, but with this app, it happens instantly.
So overall, Adobe announced a bunch of new features that make being creative a lot easier, and hopefully we get to mess around with it soon. I don't have the cloud, but you do, right?
Yeah.
You and Maddie do.
I have
I'm
it
the
for
only one
Premiere.
that doesn't have it, so.
The character animator thing reminds me of that Black Mirror episode,
No,
the
yeah,
Waldo guy. It's
Yeah.
like, it's basically that.
Yeah.
So
Great.
look forward to that future.
Lots more cartoons on YouTube, easy to make. But as useful as all that stuff sounds, it wouldn't be Tech Tuesday without some dumb, useless tech that people are inexplicably excited about.
Yeah, so Duolingo is a pretty awesome website that lets you learn foreign languages for free. And it's not just introductory language lessons. If you put in the work, Duolingo can provide several months of continuous, effective learning through its gamified learning system.
Yeah,
Everything's
that's
gamified
a
these
cool
days.
buzzword. When they started off, they only offered a few languages, but now there's up to 9 that you can learn, and another 10 that are in some stage of completion as they crowdsource the curriculum. One of which is Klingon.
Oh, good for you.
Fuck off.
Yes, despite not even offering Mandarin, Cantonese, Japanese, Arabic, Hebrew, or Greek, which are all actually useful languages to know, their latest edition is a fictional language spoken by aliens on fucking Star Trek.
Duh! Not surprisingly, a lot of responses to Duolingo's tweet announcing that they were adding Klingon were negative, with people calling the whole thing a huge waste of resources.
But since Duolingo's language lessons are crowdsourced and built by volunteers, you can't really blame Duolingo. You blame the nerds.
Yeah.
But not even all the nerds, just the two people. The two nerds who did this because the entire Klingon curriculum is being built by one dude in Sweden and another dude in Switzerland who I guess just really loves Star Trek.
The one who started it commented on Duolingo, "I'm hoping it will make the Klingon-speaking community what? Larger and more diverse." No!
Smiley face. Also, I hope that even if not many people learn the language fluently because of this course, they will at least have a lot of fun with it and perhaps feel even more motivated to continue with other languages.
So I guess this isn't as enraging as it looked at first. I mean, it seems like the guy just really likes linguistics and has taken this upon himself as some sort of challenge. Still, come on, Duolingo. If you want to get taken seriously, get a goddamn Chinese course on there, okay?
We're all going to be speaking Chinese in 5-10 years.
All right, Dad, leave me alone.
You better learn now, son.
Jesus. All right, so go learn Klingon, and we'll see you guys next time. Check
Fuck
out
you.
check out our podcast with Matt Danovic, and
Oh, yeah.
see you guys next time.
Bye.
Blu-ray.